Hey folks, welcome to Fiddlehed Fiddle Lessons. I'm going to return to the tune Blackest Crow, and I'm going to add some variation to it for you, and then I'll show you how to do it. There it is. Now that you've heard it, let's learn how to do it. So again, you may want to start by just playing the A major scale. Even if you think you're an expert at the A major scale, go ahead and play it. Challenge yourself to do it in a different way. One thing you can do is play double stop scales to prepare you for this tune. It's like an A major scale, but you draw on the E string while playing the notes on the A. And the A, you draw on the A string while playing the notes on the E. Well, that's all I'm going to say about that, because I got a lesson on that, and so I don't want to get too sidetracked right now and keep moving with the lesson. So what I like to do in the variation lessons is move through the tune part by part, play the basic version, and then play the variation version. So what that means is if you don't really know the basic version and you're a beginner to intermediate, you may want to take that lesson first. I'll put a link to that somewhere out there in the interwebs. And so you take that, and then you're prepared, you have that melody, and then we can move forward with the variation. In fact, even if you're an accomplished fiddler, advanced, I still recommend learning the basic versions I teach, because they'll really help you hear the stripped down core of the melody, which I think is really important, to be able to take stuff away. A lot of times when you're reading music, you'll find lots of embellishments and things, but what is the core melody? And the more you kind of learn to look for that, the better, because then you can do more with it as well as an advanced player. Yada, 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 talk. Jason, we want to hear we want to learn this tune. Stop talking. Okay, here we go. So first chord of the A part, the basic version as I taught it was. All right, and now I'll play the variation. All right, so instead of a pick of just A2, I did a triplet 2-3-2, and I slur those together, landing on A1. And then when I go 1-2-1 open, the only thing I'm adding there from the basic version is a slide down on 1. That sounds nice to me. So all these variations are things that I like, that I thought would be fun for you, but there's nothing authoritative about it. I always want to say that in these, that you can come up with your own variations. In fact, I encourage you to do that. I encourage you to learn the variations I'm showing you just for curiosity's sake, but to ultimately make your own version. And then the next bar was the basic. Here's the. So what I add is to the long D2. I add a quick high 3, D back to D2. I think if you were notating it, it would be a 16th note triplet. And then 2, high 3. That's a really nice little bit. See how lightly you can touch your third finger there. And that might be too fast, so just slow it down. All right, so, okay, let's move on to the second quarter. The basic was, and then here's my variation. All right, so I start that by, instead of just playing open A, I add the D1 to kind of fill out the chord there. Here's something fun when you do that. See if you can hear the open E sympathetically vibrating. I just noticed that if your D1 is really in tune, you'll hear that. And so, all right, and then this next part is fun. The basic was, and so what we're gonna do is what I call a pedal pattern. We're gonna kind of insert open A's in between there in all those three notes. There's that again, and then I slur 2. You could probably slur 6 too. But I think I tend to do slur 2. So we have. Let's just loop that part. Moving on to the third quarter of the A part, the basic was, and here's my variation. So instead of 2, 1, 2, 1, I'm doing all eighth notes. 2, low, 2, 2, 3, 2, 1. A1, A, D3. Again, that whole part. Cool. And then the fourth quarter, the basic was, and then the variation. So I'm basically just adding a droning A note. And then I'm also adding D high 3. And so that concludes the A part. I just wanted to point out that in the basic version, if you took that lesson, you may have noticed there's no high 3. I did that on purpose because I felt it was a good beginner tune. And at beginners, it's high 3 is a little harder. So, but I think this melody, I think it sounds more like the melody with the high third or raised third on the D string. Anyway, so this would be a good point for you to just pause, play like a nice double stop, like maybe A and E. Little notes, just kind of relax into it, make sure you're breathing, notice your breath. Something I'm working on myself, maybe D1 and A. I recommend pausing the video and actually focusing on breath and just a good tone, just for a little bit. So let's do the B part, and I'm sorry I have to move through it a little bit more quickly because my student Dan is coming soon and I don't want to leave him hung out to dry while I do this lesson. So so the third quarter, the basic was, all right, and then the variation was, so it's pretty much the same thing. I didn't do the pickup, but I'm just adding now a droning D1. So it's very similar, just the double stop added. Second quarter, the basic was. And so here, we're gonna, the melody is gonna remain the same, and again, we're just adding a double stop. Adding A4 along with the open E, it's a little bit more challenging of a double stop. You may want to slide into it, it may make it a little easier. Cool. And now let's move on to the third quarter. So in the basic version, I did this. No, 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 no. Try to sing the parts that you play. And now the variation. So the first part of it is, we've kind of done something similar already. It's one, low, one, on the E string. One, low, one, 1, 2, 1, open. And I like to slur them somehow. I think I did slur 6. And then this next part we've already done in the A part. So again, the whole third quarter, the B part variation. Okay, and then finally the fourth quarter, the basic was. And then here's our variation. I think we've already done that. So a 2, low 2, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2. There we go. That's the whole thing. If you may want to review, go back to the beginning, hear the whole version, and then I also have it recorded on Fiddlehed, and I have sheet music and color-coded tabs so you can see the repeating patterns, and lots of play-along tracks for each little part. And now we're having a lot more play-along tracks with little intervals just to help you warm up to each part. Just really trying to emulate the way a live in-person lesson with me works, is that we go deep into each part. You know, we're not just rushing through a tune and then rushing through another tune. You can stay with a tune for a long time, learn a lot from it. And so I'm trying to make the website more like that, so you too can have that experience of going deep with something on your own. So that's it for this lesson. There'll be more old time lessons, so stay tuned. And thanks for watching, by the way. And if you do like it, then be sure to subscribe. Be sure to like the video. And also, if you want to hear about new releases, hit the notifications button. And I recommend doing that because the content for these lessons is free for 1 week. And so if you hear about it right away and you're not a paid subscriber, you can take advantage of that, of the extra material I have on the website. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Go to fiddlehed.com for a progressive step-by-step course outline, color-coded tabs, play-along tracks, sheet music, and much more. Thanks for watching the video. Excellent! And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.